Good morning, afternoon, evening and night, folks, from wherever you're watching from, and welcome to the G'day Rugby League, the channel that reviews all top flight rugby league with a view from a bloke down under. I'm your host Tom, and today we'll be reviewing round 23 of the Super League with all 6 games, and we'll be talking about the highs, the lows and the upsets of professional rugby league in the Northern Hemisphere. Let's begin. Round 23 kicked off with a bang of some sorts, with 2 teams, Toulouse and Warrington, fighting it out to see who would stay in Super League for next season. Now, the game itself had some subpar refereeing decisions, and I thought Toulouse didn't cop the right rub of the green. But, you know, footy gods can't always be with you. Now, so the tries were, for Warrington, Oliver Holmes, Ben Curry, George Williams and Connor Wrench got the double. And for Toulouse, Eloy Possessier, 2 tries, and Corey Norman 1 try. So, and there were standouts for both teams. And what we usually do is 2 players each. So Corey Norman, for me, I thought he was outstanding in a losing side. I thought he directed traffic really well and had some nice little touches. And the other, of course, the 2 try hero, Eloy Possessier. He's a good hooker. I hope if Toulouse do go down next year, you find another club in the Super League, because I think he's Super League standard. He's not Championship standard. I think he deserves to stay in Super League. And the 2 people for Warrington were, in fact, George Williams and Connor Wrench. I thought Williams, it was probably one of his better games I've seen him play in a Warrington shirt. I thought he was excellent. Connor Wrench, also 2 try hero. I thought he was amazing. So, yeah, that's the Toulouse-Warrington game. Final score was 32-18. Pardon me. Okay, now on to the last game on the Friday, which was, in many respects, an upset. Catalans versus Castleford. And of course, final score was 18-8, with Castleford beating last year's grand finalists. Now, the game was a dour affair, you could say, with only 2 tries from each 2 tries scored from each team, with Greg Eden and Gareth O'Brien getting on the score sheet for Castleford, while Joe Chan and Sam Tonkins getting on the score sheet for Catalans. But the game shows just more than who scored, and the game highlights that Castleford don't have any Mad Monday plans just yet. They intend to make the top 6 and cause headaches for teams along the way. And I genuinely believe, they could be a dark horse in this competition with Salford if they play good. And everything has to go well for them. I'm not saying they can win the grand final, but I do believe they could do extremely well come October if they have stability in the halves. That's been Cass's problem for the last couple of years now. If they have stability in the halves, they are a genuine chance. But hey, we'll see. Now, the first game on the Friday, Hull KR versus Leeds. This game, in theory, can be defined as by the term swings and roundabouts, with the Leeds swinging both ways. Leeds, they came out to play at halftime, and turned on the afterburners on the Robins with an outstanding team performance and stopped the Robins in their tracks and won the game. But the game itself was an excellent display of attacking footy, with both Hawkeyer and Leeds halves working meticulously for planting the seeds to go through. And the big boys for both teams put that platform on front, but Leeds just had a better platform on the end to let their halves work and broke through the middle, sometimes quite easily. The standout for this game, I thought Richie Myler was fucking excellent. That's the pinnacle of a half. And for Hawkeyer, I thought Matt Parcell, he's a great hooker against his old team too, and he just showed why he's so good. I genuinely believe Parcell is the second best hooker in the comp, behind, of course, the immortal James Roby. And you can say immortal, quite literally. But yes, and the try scorers were Ryan Hall. For Hawkeyer, Ryan Hall, Sam Wood, Matt Parcell, and Kane Linnett. For Leeds, Morgan Gannon with 2 tries, the winger, Richie Myler with 2 tries, and Brad Dwyer. So in this game was a key game in the end result of the top 6, with both Hawkeyer and Leeds knowing they haven't had especially Leeds, how they started off a bit slow, sacked their coach, got a new coach, but they're starting to build nicely, but we've just got to see if they can reach the top 6. Personally, I don't think they can. With Hawkeyer, again, they've had the same as Leeds. They've lost a coach. They've got the interim in the great Danny Maguire at the moment. But I don't believe they can make the top 6 either. Just too many injuries, not enough star firepower, and they're missing their key half in Jordan Abdul. Look, Mikey Lewis is great, but Abdul just puts a cherry on top in layman's terms. But yeah, that was the game. Now, moving on to what I believe is the game of the round, and I might be a bit biased seeing that I'm a Salford fan, but that was Salford Red Devils versus the Huddersfield Giants. Pinned against Ian Watson versus the team he left behind 2 seasons ago. And unfortunately, Watto couldn't go 3 for 3 for the team he left behind, with Salford unveiling themselves as a real dark horse as we go into the business end of the season. Some standouts on both sides, but Salford played a hell of a lot better with some great attack and some great defence. So, and they really are. If I'm a team come finals time and Salford do get in the top 6, I am scared to play them because of what they have. The other week they beat St Helens. This week they beat Huddersfield, and the week before that they beat Catalan Dragons. They are a scary team to play against. And some standouts: McQueen, who I believe to be the best back rower, in the league, was good as always. While Salford's halves, Brodie Croft and Mark Sneed, were outstanding in spreading it wide and creating space for their outside backs. With the try scorers for Salford being Harvey Linnett, Joe Burgess, Tim Laffey, Ryan Brayley, Ken Seo, and Callum Watkins, with Mark Sneed kicking 4 goals and 1 drop goal. And for the losers, Huddersfield, Sam Hewitt got 2 tries, while Chris McQueen, best back row in the comp at the moment, got 1 try. Well, now to a game that probably didn't have as many highs for one team than it did the other. And we'll get to the whole coaching situation later. But that game was Hull FC versus St Helens. Hull got a nice try in early off a backline shift, but the rest of the game was essentially boys versus men. And I thought Hopper was great on his return. He had some nice touches at fullback for the missing Wellesby. And Saints, they've just reaffirmed to the rest of the comp that they haven't gone anywhere after a couple weeks of playing subpar. Although they did win against Castleford last week, but this is the Saints of old that we've been used to for the last 4 seasons, that have won 3 in a row, maybe 4 this year. Hopefully not. But hey, anyone can win in Rugby League. 4 times. Fucking hell. It's too many times. Too many fucking times. Anyway, try scorers. God give me strength. It's going to be a long list. Jack Walker for Hull, 1 try, and Luke Gale, 1 goal. Now for Saints. Ben Davies, 2 tries. Joey Lussick, former Parramatta Eel, Salford Red Devil, Manly Seagull, 1 try. Sione Mataudia, 1 try. Tommy Makinson, 2 tries. Conrad Hurrell, 2 tries. Luis Miscasti Scarsbrook, 2 tries. Got off the nudie run and scored another one. And Will Hopperati. And 8 goals by Tommy Makinson to make the final score 60-6. Now, the game itself, there's not much to talk about in this game. Just well done Saints, I guess. It's bloody terrific from Saints. Their footy, outstanding. Great game from Saints. Now, on to the biggest upset of the round, with Wakefield Trinity beating what I believe is the best team in the competition on their day. Sorry, Saints fans, but I believe Wigan have a lot more attacking prowess than Saints do. But anyway, that's for later. Wigan, they just seemed off early watching the highlights. Wakey cruised through their middle with ease, scoring 3 tries, just barging over through the middle. They played the power game, and obviously it worked for Trinity. And it's all but sealed them staying up in Super League for the 23 season, which I think, I get that they're a good club, they're a solid club, they've got a solid fan base, if you want to say. But I believe Toulouse should be staying up, just because how key it is for the game of rugby league to grow. We need 2 French teams. But yes, I'll talk about that a bit later. But anyway, try scorers. For Trinity, Lewis Murphy, Kepilong Tanganoa, Jacob Miller, Jai Whitbread, and Lee Kershaw. For Wigan, the fastest man in Super League, Jay Field, and Sam Hassel. Goals, Mason Lunar, 5 goals. And for Wigan, Jay Field, 1 goal, Harry Smith, 1 goal. So that concludes the review of round 23 in the Super League. Thank you for joining us for our first YouTube video. And now, of course, at the end of the round, we like to choose a player of the week. And I know I might be a bit biased in this, but there was standouts, but not someone who stood out so tall among the rest. But I believe the best player this round in the Channel 4 game will have to go to Mark Sneyd. I believe he's been a vital signing for Salford in tying in the key parts together with Brodie Croft and making Salford a dark horse in this premiership race. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you next time on the G'day Rugby League podcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave any feedback you like. As this is our first time on YouTube, it's not always going to be great, but we'd really love your feedback. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. See you later.